Welcome back to another review here on Richard's Reviews, and today is going to be one that I've been looking forward to for a while. Just haven't had the time, and I was going to do this video earlier today, but I slept most of the day, so here it is, almost 10 o'clock at night on a Thursday, and I'm going to go ahead and review this movie. It's actually what I have is actually a four movie collection. Lady Frankenstein, Velvet Vampire, Time Walker, and Grotesque. Now, the one I'm going to be talking about and reviewing is Time Walker. Now, for those who have never seen Time Walker, I'm just going to say a little bit of what the movie's about. On the front of here, it says, "Nothing can stop him, not even time." So to make it easier for you to understand it, it's basically where these a tomb in the Egyptian was found by this professor. He ships it over to a California Institute of Sciences and X-rays these, where X-ray reveals 5 diamond-like crystals hidden within the coffin. One of the technicians steals the crystal but doesn't notice that the powerful X-ray has received a green fungus. When the coffin opens, the university press conference, the reporters uncover more than they bargained for. The mummy has disappeared, so now the Time Walker is alive again. So basically, they take an Egyptian mummy from the tomb and they bring it to this college or whatever, and when somebody touches it, like a green fungus lets off, and then they get this stung on their fingers, and there's like the crystals, and there's like things going on, and there's like they have like a party, and there's like a college campus nearby, and each one of the guys gives a crystal to his girlfriend, who ends up having a crystal around her neck, and she later in the movie she gets attacked by the mummy. And what's funny is that this movie was rated PG. This came out in 1982, so this was like 37 years ago. So and she was getting ready to take a shower, and they actually show nudity. That doesn't happen very often, especially back in the 80s. It happened more than it does now, where a PG rated film had nudity in it. Mainly reason they didn't have a PG-13 rating back at around this time this was made, and that was because like the main reason why there was a PG-13 rating was because of like movies like Gremlins and Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, because of the some of the scary, unlike PG stuff that went on in the film. Even Goonies. With all the cussing in it, could have been rated PG-13. But Goonies is a great movie, though. But Time Walker is an interesting one. I remember for the first time I actually saw Time Walker, it was in 1985. So this was like 3 years after it had came out in theater. I saw it on at my uncle's place, who had one of those big satellite dishes, and you had to get a scrambler to scramble some of the channels, and he had one of the movie channels, and I watched it on there, and it's still to this day I always enjoy watching it. I believe that this is available on Blu-ray too. I would like to go upgrade it to a Blu-ray, but I mean, it's a fun film. The actors in the movie. Let me see. I don't want to get their names wrong, but some of the actors in the movie are Ben Murphy, Nina Axelrod, Kevin Brophy, and of the late James Karen, who may remember him from Return of the Living Dead. There's also Shara Belafonte was in the movie, and what was probably an interesting part of this, Warrington Gillette. Now, if you don't know who Warrington Gillette is, he's the one actor that actually played Jason in Friday the 13th Part 2. The only scene that he was really in was when he breaks through the glass and he's got all the face and the hair and he tries to grab Jenny. That was Warrington Gillette. The other actor who portrayed Jason, Steve Dash, he actually passed away recently. But so he was the Jason actor from Part 2. But anyway, Warrington Gillette played a small part as Jason in Friday the 13th 2, and he plays in this film. He plays a college student, and you see him in a couple of scenes. You see him in a couple of scenes. So this was right after he did Friday the 13th 2. Some of the ladies in there have been in other things too. So if you'd like to know any more about the actors and actresses, go check out Internet Movie Database. Type in Time Walker, and you'll find out more about that. Now, the special features on this disc was an interview with Kevin Brophy and one of the producers, and it also has a trailer. It was kind of interesting that what I find that was really cool about Time Walker is that it's slow. It starts out as like a mummy movie, and you see the mummy. He's going around trying to get these crystals, and he kills these people. As the movie goes on, you realize that there's not really there's something weird about this, because it looked like he looks like he's like floating across the ground in certain scenes, and now the violence and blood in this movie, it's okay for what it was. I mean, it was PG rated film, which has some scenes of nudity and has some interesting special effects. Would I recommend this movie? All I can say is that I would definitely give it a watch. It's not for everyone. Not all science fiction horror movies are for everyone. I mean, I enjoyed it because it's just, I enjoy a lot of films. There's not too many movies in the horror film genre anyway that I don't enjoy. There may be a couple, but for the majority, I've liked just about any horror film, whether it be a comedy horror, a slasher horror, or supernatural horror, or a horror thriller. But Time Walker, I would definitely recommend it for people who enjoy those types of films, and people who don't really enjoy the things. I would definitely check it out. My rating for Time Walker, I would probably give Time Walker a 7.5. Maybe even a 7, because of the certain things in the film doesn't add up. If you've watched the movie, there's some plot holes in the film, but for the majority of the film, it was actually an interesting and fun watch. And I'm not going to give away the ending for the people who have not seen it, but the mummy is not who you think he is, and so that's the Time Walker movie review. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you, like I always in the video, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments, leave them down below. If you have any suggestions for other horror movies or movies in general that you'd like for me to review. I know I did a video with movies that I'm going to review, but I always like to hear from my subscribers and friends what kind of movies they would like for me to review. So anyway, my name is Brad Richter. This is Richter's Reviews, and I will check you out on next Wednesday. I'll check you out on a video, whether it be a movie review or be something in my collection. You never know. Later.